Welcome to this presentation of UPSL soccer action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
And good afternoon and welcome to this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action here on ASMG TV. It is Atletico Buford taking on Georgia Impact live from E.E. Robinson Field in Sugar Hill, Georgia. Festivities just about over here in Sugar Hill. You see the Zone 1 scores just a moment ago. Zone 2, LSA Norcross Pro defeating Scenic City 3-1. 3 matches today. Atlanta United Academy, North Georgia United, FC Birmingham and Dalton United, and Potros FC and SSL. You look at the leaderboard of Zone 1. Atletico Buford is currently in first place. George Kalanchi Pro Profile just behind them. You see all the scores. The top 4 teams will make it to the playoffs. They'll take on the top 4 of Zone 2. Right now that is LSA Norcross Pro. Potros, which those two are right at the top. Potros with a more goal differential is on the top. SSL and FC Birmingham. That's where it stands right now. Weather here in Sugar Hill, Georgia. A beautiful 80 degrees right before kickoff. Referees for today's lineup. It is Robert Binge, who is the center official. Asher Morris and Carlos Rondon are your ARs. And your 4th official, Daniel Zvinkov, is your fourth official. About to get kicked off. It will be Georgia Impact that are going to get us underway first. They are in the red kits. They're going to be moving from right to left. And it is Atletico Buford. They are in the white and black kits, and they are moving from left to right. Thank you for joining us here on ASMG TV. Let's get underway and start this beautiful game under a beautiful sky for the last day of the spring or the summer 2025. Throw in some names interesting on these sheets. One of the biggest names that jumps out at me is keep an eye on the fact that Wilfred Camden Chopa has moved from Kalanchi Pro Profile over to Georgia Impact. The veteran of Kalanchi Pro Profile for many seasons, moving over to Georgia Impact. Played in the Life University soccer team. He's going to be a massive impact and a massive positive for this Georgia Impact. Sebastian Montero also playing for Georgia Impact. Wilfred on the ball right now. He's battling through all the defense, and he's going to earn that foul. Wilfred just going through the gears. You see that immediate impact that Camden Chopa makes. He gets around the first defender, takes both of them on, and the third one just comes in, knocks him over, earns the foul. It was Juan Camillo who committed the foul for Atletico Buford. And that one just pulled wide. It'll be a goal kick for Atletico Buford. Try to retrieve a ball, as that is a very wide track here. So that ball is about 30 yards away, trying to get another Voight ball. Voight, the official match ball sponsor of the UPSL. Patino has it, gets us back underway. Nice pass on the ground, controlled by Vargas. He'll go back to his defender. Looking to go centrally, cut off by Chopa. And that one stolen right back from Buford. Great work by Chavarria with a great one shot. Save! Great save there by Riley Wiederman. Be a throw for Buford. Impact, win it back. Coming back to get it there was Cornelius. That ball will go out, and another throw for Impact. Thrown back to the defensive line. Come over here to the near side. Chris Ramos has space. He'll come over here all the way to the edge. Good control is Delgado. controlled. Ramos, or Delgado, excuse me. Delgado gives it over in the midfield. Holds onto the ball. Foul will be committed. Good ball over the top. Just not able to get there was Sean Saisia. Now here comes Buford down the near line. That ball just off the mark. Could not get it to Christian Suazo. Goes back to the defense of Impact. They look to go long. Trying to give a ball for Sonelius to run down. He's going to battle with the defender. Buford still has it, deflected off of Georgia Impact, and that'll be a throw. Deflected off of Uriel Ruiz. Thought about a long throw. Center official tells Juan Benavides to move back about 15 yards. Back underway, back to Benavides. He'll send it, but it's taken away from Montero. Shot, save! Georgia Impact really looking smooth so far in these first 7 minutes. Already a few opportunities. Buford with an opportunity of their own. Now here comes Buford again. Chavaria. Nice move there from the outside to the inside. Lays it off to Suazo. He lays it off. Shot! What a wonderful save there that Weiderman had. It's going to be a corner for Atletico Buford. Take a look here in a moment because they're lining up for this corner. We'll look at it here in just a moment. It'll be Carlos Chavaria who will take this corner. Center official asking Wilfred Camden Chope to come back a little bit short. Bouncing in. And that one will go out for a goal kick. We'll take a look at that opportunity, what led to the corner. You see here this nice layoff right here to Kevin Vargas. And Vargas takes a rip and a wonderful save there by the keeper of Georgia Impact, Riley Weiderman. We're back live here at E.E. Robinson Park. Thank you so much for watching on ASMG TV. Just like our friend from across the sea, Andrea from Italy. Ciao, my friend. Thanks for joining us again here on ASMG TV. Hopefully we have as many goals as you saw yesterday in that Division I matchup between LSA Norcross Pro 2 and Angelus. Underway here, 9th minute. Good turn right at center circle. Sebastian Montero.
Christian.
That ball goes out, and it will be a throw for Buford. Quickly taken by Benavides. Goes back to the defensive line. And that is going to be a foul and an opportunity for Georgia Impact. Taken quickly. Center official deems otherwise. You see here on this foul, fighting for the ball. Receives it back and is just taken down by Benavides. So Ornelius winning another opportunity. It'll be Sebastian Montero over the ball. Onto the far side, cleared away by Buford. That one will be knocked out and a corner. Here comes the outswinger to the far side, headed away by Buford, controlled by Montero, gets around 2 men, back into the box, right across. Here's another opportunity, saved again. Georgia Impact really putting Buford in dangerous positions. They're able to get out of it. Now here comes the counterattack from Atletico Buford. That ball a little too far, but he runs it down. Shot right into the arms of Weiderman. Aldair Rapolo received that ball and worked the near side quite well. Got a player down on Georgia Impact side. I believe that was Paul Castro who was down. Looks to be okay. Be a drop ball from the center official. Get us back underway here in the 12th minute. 0-0, Atletico Buford and Georgia Impact here in the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division. Long ball from Georgia Impact. Goes all the way to the keeper. Patino has it. Benavidez will give it forward. Holds up play. Camillo will go back to the defense. Over to the far side. Pass to the midfield and back to the defense for Buford. As the defense line moves forward. Pass getting to Vargas. Vargas will give it to Benavidez. He'll give it right back to the center back. He'll go over to the far side, does Palacios. Now, going to work down the far line. Ball forward. Gives a space for Suazo to run it down. He's able to do so. Comes centrally, lays it off to Chavaria. Chavaria cannot receive that pass well. Comes over here to the near side, controlled by Benavidez. He'll go over to the outside. Gives space for Rapolo to work, but right into the arms of Weiderman. Buford being efficient with their possession as they are looking to get a shot on goal when they can. Georgia Impact, the aggressors in this first 13 minutes. Weiderman surveys the field. He'll go back over to that far side. Over to Martinez. Martinez surveys. Comes over to Castro. Castro down the near line. Nice ball forward to Ruiz. Ruiz will go back. And Delgado will go centrally over to teammate. Nice little touch there by Chopa for a second before being stripped with a nice tackle. He'll try to tackle and win it back. Not going to be able to do so. Benavidez for Buford. He'll send a long one. Gives an opportunity for Rapolo to try to run it down. He is able to. He gets around 2 defenders. Lays it off. Shot off the top post. Does not go in. Buford are really going to have to kick themselves. That should be 1-0 for Atletico Buford. Lifts it forward. Rapolo. He has it. Another ball across to the other side, and that one knocked out and a goal kick. Atletico Buford, they're really going to have to look back at this and say what could have been, because take a look at this. It's a beautiful ball over here to Rapolo. Receives it, gets past the 2 defenders. Instead of taking it himself, he lays it off for the on-runner, and the shot taken, it hits the top post and bounces out. He might have been able to score that on his own if he would have taken it. He had already beaten the 2 defenders. He only had Weiderman in front of him. He easily could have put that on either post, and it would have been 1-0. He chose the on-runner. It was a good shot on goal. Unfortunately, it hit that top corner post and bounced out. Nevertheless, we are still 0-0 here, Atletico Buford and Georgia Impact. Long ball out of the back for Impact. It's going to be controlled by Ruiz. Good settle by the man. Tried to get this one forward, just a little bit of a deflection allows Patino to get there in time in front of Ciacia. Slow it down for the defense. Elizade taking his time. He allowed the on-runner to come, or the defensive man to come back. Now they're trying to move it out of the back. Camilo, he'll go back to Elizade and over to Beatriz. Now a nice long ball down this near side. Suazo is going to get there past the 2 defenders. That is a dangerous tackle there. Saved by Weiderman, but that was a dangerous tackle from Uriel Ruiz from behind. It's one of those tackles that you have to get right, otherwise that is going to be a penalty. Chopa with the ball forward, trying to get to Ciacia, and Patino is able to get there with the shielding assist from the defender. Palacios helping him with that shielding off of Ciacia. Elizalde, he'll put one forward, and they'll go long again. Weiderman is right there, though. Buford electing to use the long ball in the channels on the outside. So far, it's been positive. Nothing on the score sheet as we are in the 18th minute. That can change extremely fast here in the UPSL. Deflected. Castro will go over and all the way trying to get it over to the far side, but cut off by Elizalde. He gives it back to his midfielder. Camilo, pressured by 4 Impact players. They are really controlling that midfield. Allows this Buford defense to move forward. Palacios, he'll send a long ball, headed away. Castro having to go back to Weiderman. It's the midfield that Georgia Impact are really dictating the pace in. Here's over to the near side. He controls it. What a great touch by Ruiz. Towards the box, hits it, and what a great clearance there by Elizalde. It will be a goal kick. Paul Castro looks to be being replaced. Indeed, it is. Paul Castro is going to be replaced in the 20th minute. That is an early substitution. Replaced by number 2, Ayeva. Still in play. Montero not able to control it. Camilo Montero, number 29 of Georgia Impact. Back underway. Benavidez throws it back to Palacios. He gives it to Patino. Patino over to Elizalde. Go over to his right back. Now going to switch play over here to Benavidez. He's able to control that void ball. Gets around Georgia Impact man. Nice cut square pass over to Rapolo. Rapolo gives it to Camilo. Camilo going over to the far side, gives it right back. Nice ball to Suazo. 2 men on him. He's going to take the shot and puts it away for Atletico Buford. You know that was coming as they were really starting to impress themselves on this Georgia Impact defense. And it's 1-0 Atletico Buford. Take a look at that. See this ball getting over here. Camilo gives it to Suazo. Suazo stretches out the defense and then strikes it with his left and finds that side netting for the 1-0 lead here in the 21st minute. Nice build-up goal for Atletico Buford. We'll see if Georgia Impact can quickly put an equalizer on the board as they really looked impressive the first 10 to 15 minutes. Started to let Atletico Buford get the pace of the game. Trying to get it over to the far side. Chopa able to control it, and it is knocked out. It'll be a throw for for Georgia Impact, excuse me. Thrown to Sebastian Montero. He'll come over to Delgado. Delgado surveys the field. He'll come to the near side. Chested down and controlled by Ruiz. Ruiz will put one straight up, trying to get to Cia. Not going to get there. Patino has it. Just easily slaps it down to the pitch. Nobody from Impact putting him under pressure, so he is just delaying, and as long as he is allowed to. And now finally Cia will come up to him. He'll grab it and throw it over to Elizalde. He'll cut the ball back to Palacios. Palacios will give it right back to Elizalde. And he'll go over to that far side. Good bit of a challenge there from Camden Chopa. Wilfred Weiderman had to come out of his box to clear that ball out. It'll be a throw for Buford. 23 minutes are gone. Atletico Buford 1, Georgia Impact 0 here at E.E. Robinson Park in Sugar Hill, Georgia, for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. Week 3. Buford win the ball back. Good ball lay off for Vargas. Vargas lays it off as well. Comes over to Suazo. Suazo will take another strike at it, deflects off of Georgia Impact, and back here to Camilo. Camilo gives it to the on-running Escalante. Escalante holding off Chopa, but loses the ball in the midfield, and he's going to commit the foul, and that is going to be a yellow card. The first yellow card of the match will go to number 14, Kevin Vargas, here in the 25th minute. Like I said, this is week 3. You look at last week's scoring for both of these two teams. Last week, Atletico Buford was on the road and picked up a 2-1 win over Pachuca, Georgia. Georgia Impact had last week off. In week 1, they had a 0-0 draw with Pachuca, Georgia. Ball down this near side. Rapallo is going to receive it. Lifts across to the far side. It's way too far for Chavarria to get there, but he is going to get it before it goes out. Goes to Vargas. Vargas makes a turn, gives it to Chavarria again. The captain will go down. No foul is eventually called. There was a bit of a delay in the call from the center official. This is the last match of this weekend for Zone 1. Zone 2, they have 3 matches today. Those will all be after this match. This is right about on the touchline over on the far side. It's about 25 yards out. Maybe closer to 30 now that the center official is pulling it back. So about 30 yards out and almost on the touchline. 2-man wall. Lifted over to the near side over here, and just not able to get the head on it was Jesus Palacios from his center back role. Defensive man came up trying to get that header and just didn't time it right, and it went over his head. Back underway here in the 28th minute. Newly entered Aieva. Trading passes with Ruiz. Ruiz will go back to the center back. They'll go over to the far side, looking for somewhere to go. Elect to come back here centrally. And again over here to Ruiz. Ruiz will come down the line to Ayavea. And he lays it off. Tries to get the give and go. Not going to get there, Benavidez. Palacios cut that give and go off. Gave it to Benavidez. He'll give it right back to Palacios. And Elizalde will go over to the far side. Escalante. Escalante will give it to Beatrice. And back to Palacios. We start all over with Elizalde. Palacios and Elizalde controlling the majority of the possession for Atletico Buford right now. That's a nasty little challenge there, and it's going to be on Ruiz here in the 29th minute, taking down Rapallo from behind. Right about midline, only about a yard off. 29 minutes just about done. Atletico Buford with the goal in the 21st minute by Christian Suazo. Holding the lead right now at E.E. Robinson Park. Again, another beautiful day, the last day of the summer. Up to 83 degrees. Temperature continues to rise. The coaching staff of Georgia Impact having a word with the center official. We're going to get back underway and we'll just give it to Palacios and over to Camillo. Camillo will go over to the far side. Elizalde is there. He'll send a ball forward. straight up into the air from Suazo and the defender. And Chavaria gets a touch on it, knocks it out. It'll be a throw for Georgia Impact. And they'll go ahead and call a hydration break. Like I said, this is the last summer day, so just want to make sure that all the players are properly hydrated. And you take a look at the fixtures of week 3. Georgia Revolution falling at Discovery High School to Pachuca, Georgia 2-1. Down at Warhawk Stadium, Kalanji Pro Profile with a 2-0 win over Georgia Revolution. We're currently sitting at 1-0 here at E.E. Robinson Field. Look at Zone 2. LSA Norcross with a really good 3-1 win over Scenic City last night. At 3 o'clock, Atlanta United Academy, they're going to welcome North Georgia United to the training grounds. FC Birmingham at 5:30, they will take on Dalton United. And at 7 o'clock over at Marietta High School, Potros FC will take on SSL FC. We look forward just a second towards next week, week 4. This Atletico Buford team, they will be off next week. Georgia Impact, they will be at home to take on Georgia Athletic. Next matchup for Atletico Buford will be on the road on October 5th to take on Georgia Athletic over at Discovery High School. So this will be a great win for Atletico Buford. They would have 3 wins in 3 matches and then a week off. This team coming from the Division 1 from the spring. They battled Scenic City in the finals of the Division 1 for promotion. Scenic City won. Atletico Buford was going to be in Division 1 for this season. There was a realignment of both divisions, expansion of both divisions. Atletico Buford was given the opportunity to move up, and they took it. And right now, they started the season by stunning the league champions of the regular season in the spring, Kalanji Pro Profile. They went and defeated Kalanji 8-3. It was a sensational win. Then they went on the road to Pachuca, Georgia, and defeated them 2-1 to keep those winning ways going. Could they pull out a 3rd in a row and be absolutely undefeated in the Premier? We will see as this match goes along. Expect a little bit of stoppage time due to the hydration break. Also, the unusual substitution that happened in the match as well in the first half, right about the 19th minute or so. And it was Paul Castro that came off, and he was injured earlier in the match. That's more than likely more precautionary than anything. This being technically the second match for Georgia Impact, as they had week 2 off. They had a draw with Pachuca, Georgia in the first week 0-0, so they've yet to score a goal this season. Benavides gets us underway here in the 35th minute, and we're going to get to do it again. Center official wasn't ready. Now we're underway. Benavidez down an extra 5 yards. And he'll get told to move back a few, but right back to where he was. We're back underway. And that will be a foul on Georgia Impact. Back underway here in the 36th minute. Georgia Impact. They started out really nice in those first 15 minutes. A little bit of a low, especially right after Castro's injury, and Christian Suazo with a goal in the 21st minute, and they've really been struggling to find a path forward since. Nice ball forward. Going to be able to get there was Sornelius, and it's going to go out. It's going to be a corner. Cia held up as he was in an offside position, but it allowed for Wesley Sornelius to on-run, and it was cleared out by Buford's defense. It'll be this corner for Georgia Impact. This will be an outswinger. Hold up. Going to have a conversation with a couple of the players. Just making sure that everybody is on the same page. See everybody from Georgia Impact lined up on that far side. Here comes the outswinger again, this time short. Was to the near side, but able to recover it. Loses that on that try to pass. Coming back to Delgado. Delgado looking to send it forward. It's deflected off of Elizalde. He'll go back to Beatriz. Back to the defense of, oh, a nice tackle there by Cia, but he hurt himself in that tackle. Takes on the tackle of Palacios. A trainer is called out for both players. See this tackle. Bit of a slow movement by the defense of Buford. Cia comes up, and as he is going down, Palacios goes down on top of him and really tweaked those legs, those knees. You know, with one trainer, she's trying to attend to both players. First with Jesus Palacios, now over to Sean Cia to check on him. And you can see it's more, watch this again, it's more how Palacios comes down on Cia, how he is injured. He steps in, and it's just that awkward landing where he really tweaks that neck. Weiderman all the way forward from the goal, checking on his striker. Looks to be coming up. We'll see if he's okay. The coach right there with him, or I should say that is Patino that's right there with him. And yeah, you see that shoulder. He'll have to come off regardless. It's how he just kind of fell over as Cia completed the tackle. Palacios just lost his balance and just fell over top of Cia and really torqued that neck. Be a drop ball here in the 41st minute. Expect a pretty lengthy stoppage time here in the first half with the hydration break and a couple injuries. Elizalde. Cia is back on the pitch. Immediately challenging Elizalde. Benavidez will send a long ball. Suazo will just kind of deflect it back, and now here comes an attack by Georgia Impact. That one bouncing through, cleared by Buford. Delgado's going to get it though. He will lay it off to Martinez. Martinez will look to work that far side, but it is back into possession of Atletico Buford. Looking to thread the needle, not able to get it completely. It deflected off of Martinez, and it will be a throw for Atletico Buford. Benavidez will come up to take it. Gives it to Rapallo. Rapallo wanting a foul, not going to get it. Impact will work it over to Ruiz. Ayeva, the one substitution so far. Remember, if you're new to the UPSL, each team can have up to 7 substitutions per match. Both teams brought an allotment of substitutes for this match. Losing possession in the midfield is Georgia Impact. Back to the defense line of Buford. Palacios, he moves forward. Nice ball forward to Rapallo. Rapallo trying to get through, and he is taken down. He's going to earn the foul. Conversation with Ayeva. Ball forward for Buford, controlled. Rapallo tried to take a swing at it, missed. Still in possession for a second. Now coming forward for Georgia Impact as you hear the wind start to pick up. Foul by Impact. Or excuse me, a throw for Buford. And that is a foul right at midline. Going to be a long ball over here to the near side, controlled by Benavidez. Go back to Patino. Buford will move forward over on the far side. Chavaria will lay it off to Suazo. Suazo again in the same spot. Headed in! What a goal for Atletico Buford right before half. A great goal from Aldair Rapallo. Weiderman not happy with something there. Take a look at this one from Atletico Buford. Really just putting it on at the end. A nice ball from Chavaria to Suazo. He lays it off, and Rapallo right there in the center. And it was the end where Rapallo collided with Weiderman that he was not happy with. And that's just momentum that took him into Weiderman. Looks like 6 minutes of stoppage time is what was on the board. 6 minutes. And that was a really, really good goal going from inside, outside, inside. As Chavaria was in centrally, gives it to Suazo. Suazo was able to pull the defenders away from Rapallo and give him a free shot and header on goal. It was a beautiful goal. Now here comes Cia. He's trying to get one on the board for Georgia Impact. So Ornelius was not happy about something. And that one right into the arms of Weiderman. And did Weiderman come out of the box? Yes, he did. He stepped out of the box. Weiderman collected that and just walked right out of the box. So this will be a set piece for Atletico Buford here in the 48th minute. When you're in that box, you have to remember, here comes the shot. And that one goes wide, and it'll be a goal kick. You got to remember, especially with these multi-sport surfaces, you see those amounts of lines. It's really important for the keepers to really make sure that they know which lines that they have to stay within. Underway again here in the 49th minute. Georgia Impact. Lay it off to Weiderman. Weiderman will send a long ball forward. Cut off by Elizalde, and he'll go to Palacios. Palacios steps around the attacking Ayeva. But that will go back to the keeper yet again. Weiderman this time staying in, rolls it over to his far side defender. Now here comes Camden Chopa. He'll give it here, trying to get it to Ayeva, not going to get there, but it will be a foul on Chopa as he was completing that pass to Ayeva. We're entering the 50th minute. There was 6 minutes of stoppage time added to the board. So we have about a minute or so to go. Headed into the box, but right to Patino. Nobody from Georgia Impact are coming to him. Now here they come, and he'll be forced to pick it up. He will throw it over to Palacios. Palacios gives it to Camilo. Camilo makes the turn, sends it forward. Over here to Rapolo. Rapolo lays it off to Benavides, and Benavides, Rapolo, and Camilo trading in a triangle pass before they give it back to Palacios and Patino. Now Elizalde. Last minute of stoppage time at the mercy of the center official's whistle. Benavides able to get that ball forward, right back from Rapolo to Palacios. Rapolo right back to Palacios just to end this last minute of the first half. Beatrice will come back, come over through to Camilo. Camilo will go over to the far side. And Elizalde will go right back to Beatrice. And Palacios steps around Aieva, sends the ball forward to Suazo. Suazo taking on two men, still able to control it until he loses it right there. The third man takes it off of him. Just waiting for the whistle to the center official's mouth. And that is it right there for the first 45 of today's matchup. We go into the half with the score: Atletico Buford 2, Georgia Impact 0. Let's see if Georgia Impact can have a conversation at halftime, find a way to get back into this match quickly, see if they can potentially get a draw like they did in week 1 with Paducah, Georgia. We'll step away for a few minutes, let you get a beverage and a snack like we will. Come back for the second half for Atletico Buford and Georgia Impact. Welcome back here to E.E. Robinson Park in Sugar Hill, Georgia for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action in the fall 2025 season. It is Atletico Buford 2, Georgia Impact 0. Larry, we were bringing you all the action for today's matchup right here on ASMG TV. If you haven't done it already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so that you get all of our content, not just these live matches, but also podcasts, interviews, highlights, so much more right here on ASMG TV. Thank you for watching. It's going to be Georgia Impact that are going to get us away here in the second half. Georgia Impact are in the all red kits, and they are moving from left to right. Atletico Buford are in, Atletico Buford's going to get us underway in this second half. They are in the white and black kits, and they'll be moving from right to left. Christian Suazo on the ball. Goal scorer who got us underway. Kickoff for the second 45 here at E.E. Robinson Park. Thank you for joining us here on ASMG TV. Saw the highlights from that first 45 there at halftime. See those two goals. First one from Suazo and from Aropolo. Second one, long ball sent forward from Impact. That one is going to be cleared away by Elizalde. I have to say that right now, Atletico Buford, they are the real deal. They come from Division I and immediately are with 2 wins and are in the lead with ease right now in this third match. Taking on the likes this season, already defeated Kalanji Pro Profile, still have to take on the likes of Georgia Athletic, Pachuca, Georgia, Georgia Revolution. Right now, they are looking like they are going to make it to, ooh, that was a challenge that is probably going to end in a card, and indeed it will. Card going to be issued to, I believe that is Chris Ramos, number 24. Here in the 48th minute. See, as this ball is coming forward, yeah, Ramos just cuts right through. That is Ramos. And it was, I believe, back underway, ball forward. Trying to verify which Georgia Impact, and it was number 5, Kevin Garcia, and he gets a foul again. Kevin Garcia came in at halftime. Now, another yellow card looking to be issued. Who is going to receive this one? I believe this might be Aieva, and now a little bit of pushing and shoving, and center official, it is going to be Aieva who's going to get that one in the 40, almost not even a minute see here, just chopped him down. And it is Ayeva who gets that yellow card. So less than a minute, Kevin Vargas gets 2 fouls and gets 2 yellow cards issued to the Georgia Impact players. Try to see who Kevin Vargas replaced at halftime. Nevertheless, we're in the 50th minute. This is going to be a free kick for Atletico Buford. It's in a dangerous spot. Be a 4-man wall for Georgia Impact. Riley Weiderman gets them all lined up. It's Gio Delgado over the ball. I'm sorry, Hector Escalante over the ball. Cleared. Step over Beatrice, keeps it in play for Atletico Buford. They'll go back to the defensive line. Palacios will give it to Elizalde. And back to Beatriz. He'll move it forward, over and out. Tackle there by Buford to get it back in the midfield through center circle. Over to the far side. Rapallo gives it off to Suazo. Over to the corner. Suazo keeps it in. He'll go back. Make the turn. Sends it over to the near side. A little too far ahead. And it'll come back. Escalante makes the turn. He'll put one over to the far side. It'll go out for a goal kick. Headed down by Elizalde. He wins it there with a great tackle. All the way back to Patino. It's out of the box. He'll just usher it back in before he grabs it in front of Ayeva. Buford trying another attack and another foul. This time central to the pitch. See that turn? He's trying to go centrally and just got just a little meet up of the feet, and he goes down. Beatrice will take a step over it. Shot straight up into the air, and that one will go out, and it will be a corner. This will be an in-swinger from Buford over on the far side. Taken short into the box, headed away by Georgia Impact. Ayeva trying to get there, not going to, and it will be a throw for Buford. Garcia will step away from it, allow Escalante to come up to take this throw. Impact want it taken quicker. Escalante gets us underway. It'll go right back to him. Hector Escalante trying to go over to the far side. Battle with Rapallo. He's going to knock that out. It'll be a goal kick, I believe. Indeed it will. Impact trying to move the ball forward in a positive manner. Taken down there by Camillo, right on the edge of center circle. Wanting to take it quickly now. The pushing and shoving going on. And starting to lose tempers. We could end up seeing more than just yellow cards here. As it looked like it was going to be a yellow card issued to Sebastian Montero for Georgia Impact. The officials getting control of the players. As Georgia Impact, I would have to say, did not expect this level of competition from this Atletico Buford side. Center official having a conversation with his officials. Carlos Rondon coming from the near side over here to settle down players. Robert Binge and Asher Morris having conversations there. As the AR over there on the far side with the center official, making sure that he knows what he saw. Reaching into his pocket for a red card, and that is a yellow card. But a red card is going to be issued to a red card is issued to Lopez. Kevin Garcia, I believe, or no. Who's getting the red card? The red card looks to be issued to Rudy Beatriz. No, now we got it all figured out. It looks like it is Rudy Beatriz that is issued a red card for Atletico Buford. Let's take a look. We have the replay of what happened. I believe, or was this before? That was before. Excuse me, that was before. That was before. So at the end of the day, there was a yellow card issued to Sebastian Montero, number 10 of Georgia Impact, and a red card, straight red, handed to Rudy Beatriz, number 7 of Buford. And a foul on Sebastian Montero. Is there going to be a card issued here? See this ball come over, headed And as Sebastian comes in, just Chavaria, the captain, is the one that came through. It is going to be a free kick for Impact. Over to the far side, bouncing around, and cleared by Buford. Now Buford looking to counterattack. Chavaria is going to receive it over here on the near side. Just Weiderman gets around it. Weiderman just able to hold on to the ball. Great work by the Georgia Impact keeper. Chavaria tried to step around him, and he was just able to get a touch of the hand and hold that ball. Sebastian Montero, step over, step over, step over, and he is taken out, and that is going to be a yellow card for Kevin Garcia. That was a nasty challenge. Starting to increase and that's dangerous. It's lucky he didn't get a red card for that, as studs were shown towards the ankles of Montero. Garcia gets one in the 60th minute. The emotions of this match have increased on both sides of the ball. And center official is going to have to come over and have a conversation, as the coach of Georgia Impact is just incensed on the play of Buford right now. Looks like one of the fans of of Georgia Impact has been sent to the parking lot. So even the fans getting involved. It's going to be Chris Ramos over the ball here in the 62nd minute. Atletico Buford are playing a man down, as Rudy Beatrice was shown a straight red, and indeed a fan was ejected. Back underway here in the 63rd minute. Off the mark, Atletico Buford. It'll go all the way back to Weiderman. He'll send it forward. Controlled. Chavaria wins it back for Buford. 3 men from Impact trying to slow down Camillo. Camillo will get it forward, and Rapolo wins it. Great individual tackle there by Georgia Impact. That ball will be blasted out. It'll be a throw for Georgia Impact, taken rather quickly. Chested down. And that ball will be knocked out. Will be a throw for Atletico Buford. I don't know, Andrea, is this the kind of action that you would see at San Siro Stadium over there in Italy? Getting very, very emotional on that pitch between these two teams. Throw in for Buford, headed out. We'll do it again. Not the best throw in, but a throw in nonetheless. Goes all the way back to the defense and all the way back to Patino. Maybe some actions that you would see at a Stadio Olimpico. Throw in for Impact. Impact are now up a man. Can they find their way back into this match? They need to equalize. Need to get a little bit more aggressive on the attack. The ball staying more in the defense and in the midfield. Expect a hydration break in the second half as well. Moving forward, and advantage was played for Atletico, but offsides was Suazo. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Andrea. You know, Pulisic winning for AC Milan. We'll see if he can do that in the World Cup next year when that's here in the U.S. We'll see how he handles in the friendly when the U.S. will take on Portugal down here in Atlanta for the kickoff of the World Cup. Free kick for Georgia Impact. They just take it quickly, short to Montero. Montero puts it towards the box. Cleared away by Buford. Nice sliding challenge there from Impact, but Chavarria somehow still holds on to the ball. Now Suazo is on the run, tries to sneak it past Weiderman, is knocked out and will be a corner. See, Chavarria keeps control of it, gives it to Suazo. Suazo making the run and is just able to get a foot on it was Weiderman to force the corner. Good work by the keeper there. Into the box, bouncing and cleared. Now here comes the counter from Impact. Trying to get it forward. He was offsides. Trying to counterattack. That ball from Maeva just off the mark. As I believe that was Mario Ramirez, who has come on for Georgia Impact, and indeed that was. It was Mario Ramirez who came on. I believe Mario came on for Cia. Chavarria getting around the Georgia Impact man. He goes down trying to stay with Chavarria. Chavarria lays it off to Suazo. Suazo gives it to Garcia. Garcia takes the shot, but Weiderman is there to control it. That one knocked out. Georgia Impact ball. 69 minutes. Atletico Buford 2, Georgia Impact 0. A straight red card was issued to Rudy Beatriz here in the second half during a altercation between multiple players on both sides of the ball. Chavarria's day is done for Atletico Buford. Back underway. Not able to thread the needle on that. Buford has it. They're going to move it forward. Law is the newly entered player, number 21. Cross to Law. Law hits the American football goal and out for a goal kick. And they are going to go ahead and do the hydration break here in the 70th minute. Again, as always, talk about the matches this week. Zone 1, 2 matches already done. Georgia Impact and this one here, Atletico Buford, we're at 2-0 right now. Georgia Athletic and Pachuca, Georgia, they played yesterday. Pachuca, Georgia wins 2-1. Georgia Revolution falls to Kalanchi Pro Profile 2-0. That is the remainder of week 3. We look at week 4 for the Zone 1. There's only 3 matches next week. All 3 matches next Sunday. Pachuca, Georgia taking on Georgia Revolution over at Pinecrest Academy. Georgia Impact, they will be at home at Cherokee High School to take on Georgia Athletic. And Kalanji Pro Profile will be at home to take on FC Columbus Elite. We look at the fixtures of Zone 2. Only had 1 match yesterday, LSA Norcross Pro with that 3-1 win over Scenic City. Today, 3 matches. Here in about 30 minutes, they'll kick off for Atlanta United Academy and North Georgia United. I'll spit it out. 5:30, FC Birmingham welcomes Dalton United. And then at 7 o'clock, Marietta High School, Potros FC, the playoff winners, the ones that got to represent the Georgia Conference last season, or in the spring, they'll take on SSL. And if you're just tuning in, Atletico Buford, number 7, Rudy Beatrice, receiving a straight red card in the 56th minute. Committed a foul on number 10, Sebastian Montero. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on, and I believe he's probably red carded. We'll see after the match in the referee report, but I think it was probably due to language more than anything that it's the reason that he received that straight red card. back underway here in the 74th minute. Georgia Impact needing to get on the board. They're up a man. They need to take advantage and get some points on the board. This is the second match of their fall season. They have yet to score a goal. Good tackle from Buford, looking to attack. Shot taken and in! What a goal there for Atletico Buford out of nothing. Again, Aldair Rapolo with the goal. Take a look at this from Aldair Rapolo, working over on the right side, steps past the defender and just slices it with his left and puts it in the top corner for the 3-0 lead in the 75th minute. That'll be a throw. And it was the 45th minute when Rapolo scored that header in the first half. And now he scores his brace in the 75th minute. Now really, and Elizalde will just send that ball away, but really under fire is the Georgia Impact as they are down 3-0. And this Atletico Buford team is looking to be the cream of the crop here in the conference. And that one is going to be a goal kick. Little bit of interesting there at the end with a little bit of hands fighting. Another substitutions for Georgia Impact. 2 coming off. It looks like end of the day for number 24, Chris Ramos. And the end of the day for number 2, Aieva. He had come on in the first half for Castro. Back underway in the 78th minute. Elizalde surveys the field. He'll send a long ball. This one will roll all the way in the back. Over here to the near side for the on-running Escalante. He will survey the field. Go ahead and give the short pass to Camilo. Camilo will go to right through the midfield, trying to get it to Suazo. Not going to be able to do so. Weiderman will throw it to the near side here. Allow Impact to move forward right through center circle. Lose the possession. Gives it to Suazo. Suazo is onside. Gets around the keeper and easily slots it in the back of the net for his second of the day. In the honor of the John Cena Nation, gets the "You Can't See Me" and makes it 4-0. Take a look at this ball. Just perfect past the defenders. Suazo all alone goes around Weiderman, and he just puts it away, calm as you would like it, to make it 4-0 here in the 79th minute. Starting to come apart here for Georgia Impact. Georgia Impact going to be at home next week. Atletico Buford will have the week off. Atletico Buford extending their goal differential right now. Coming into this match, Atletico Buford had a +6 goal differential. Now looking at a +10. They are going to have to deal with the fact that they are not going to have the services of Rudy Beatrice their next match, and he'll also have a fine as well. Depending on the reasoning for his red card, we will know how many matches he will miss. Ball rolls to Patino. This will give Georgia Impact a negative goal differential, as they were at 0 since their first match against Pachuca, Georgia was 0-0. Buford looking to put another one on the board before the end of this match. And that'll be a foul committed on Impact. All around, Buford has played a really good game, minus the loss ahead there of Rudy Beatrice. Atletico Buford have played rather well today. Substitution for number 16, Rapolo, with his brace today. And who else is coming off? It looks like it is going to be Juan Camilo, maybe? Is going to be number 16, Aldair Rapolo, coming off. Center official coming over to expedite this work. And yes, it will be Juan Camilo who will be the second substitution. '84th minute, we are entering. Patino gets us back underway. And a yellow card is going to be issued for time wasting there to the Buford man, number 21, Call Law, as he just kind of kicks at the ball as they were trying to set up. Buford holding on to the ball here in the 85th minute. Just going to see this match out. You have about 5 minutes of regulation plus whatever stoppage time we will have. Bit of a push in the back there by the Georgia Impact man, Martinez. Wins the ball back, does number 19, Miguel Burgos. He'll receive it right back, good touch. Sent forward, trying to get it up there to Call Law, not gonna be able to do so. Rolls out is Weiderman. Law running down Delgado. Delgado had to make the turn, gives it to Montero. Montero gives it over and all the way over to the far side. Impact are able to get the ball in the defense and midfield. They're able to move the ball well, but when they get into that final third of Atletico Buford's, they're really struggling, especially since the loss of Cia. And it's really interesting. The first 15 minutes of this match, they really dictated the pace of this match, really had Atletico Buford struggling to keep up. And since about the 21st minute, Atletico Buford took this match over. Goes down, and it will be a corner. And so it'll be a corner for Georgia Impact here in the 88th minute. It'll be an outswinger, be a throw for Buford. '89th minute. Foul committed there by Georgia Impact just a second ago. '89th minute. Atletico Buford 4, Georgia Impact 0. Ball forward, but it's going to go right to Weiderman. He'll roll it out. Allow that ball to move forward quickly. Montero will go over to the far side. Trying to do something past center circle. Montero giving it to the second on runner. Tries to get around that tackle, but commits the foul. Does number 12, Mickey Varela of Atletico Buford. And it's really impressive of Atletico Buford. They've been down a man since the 56th minute and have not allowed this Georgia Impact squad to get any advantage. Over here to the far side, Patino has it. Great grab from the keeper. Good ball from Suazo, give and go. He's going to receive it over right about the corner. Holds it up, plays it back. Over to Varela. Varela moving centrally, and we'll play it back over to the far side. Varela will give it to Elizalde. We're in stoppage time. Cut off by Impact. 5 minutes of stoppage time is what we will have in this second half. 5 minutes. That's a tackle, and a yellow card is going to be issued to number 15. Impact back underway. They've only got about 4 minutes left, and they're just struggling to find a shot on goal in this match. Especially this second half, they have struggled to find themselves in the final third in a positive manner. A Georgia Impact player, be an in-swinger. Short, and hits the outer part of the goal for the goal kick. Patino will get us back on our way here in the 92nd minute. Sends it forward to Escalante over to the far side. Worked out of the attack. And Varela is going to earn that foul. Back underway. Escalante gives it over to Burgos. He will send it forward and right back to the defense. Palacios will give it to Patino. Patino has all the time in the world. It's just so surprising. This Georgia Impact team, they're up by a man, and you couldn't even tell in the way that they're attacking. Just very, very soft in their attack. You can say that they're just worried about that counterattack from Atletico Buford. Moving forward. Makes the turn. Passes over here to the near side. Goes down. No foul is called. Ramirez went down, and there was no call there for a foul, but here's bouncing around, a chance in the box. Does he turn? No, he doesn't, and it's cleared. Delgado just did not look comfortable to try to take a shot there. Montero. Shot finally, and that one over the bar. I think that's going to be too little too late from Delgado, as we're in the 94th minute. Patino sets up. Gives it to Elzalde. He'll give it right back to Patino. He will send it out. Headed. It will bounce out. Well, it keeps it in. Montero flicks it forward over here to the near side, trying to get it forward. And that one will be for Atletico Buford. Justin Sosa just could not keep that ball in. We're at the 95th minute. Suazo trying to get there for his third. Almost did it. And that is going to end it for this matchup here at E.E. Robinson Park. We end the score, Atletico Buford 4, Georgia Impact 0. A really, really good match for Atletico Buford to extend their winning streak. 3 games, 3 wins. They are the real deal this fall season. Georgia Impact, 1 draw, 1 loss. They play next week at home. Can they get something going in the right direction? That'll be our coverage of the UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division this weekend. That is all the matches for the Zone 1. Remember, in Zone 2, there are 3 other matches this weekend that still need to be played. One match that is just kicking off over at Atlanta United's Academy against North Georgia United. FC Birmingham and Dalton United, they'll kick off at 5:30. And Potros FC and SSL, they will kick off at 7. That'll be the end of this week. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get these live matches notifications, as well as highlights, podcast interviews, so much more. That'll do it for us here for this live match. Thank you to Andre Bomar, Krishna Bomar. I've been Larry Weaver. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here on ASMG TV.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.